Okay. Well, thanks for the introduction, Desert. Hopefully audio and everything is all good and dandy. But before I do anything with this run, I'm going to go ahead and reset the software just so that I can get hopefully somewhat of a baseline of RNG for just starting up. Of course, probably not going to be the same. Also, hi, Sir Barton's lady. I hope you enjoy this. Uh, I definitely need luck. It will be. So, this run can go of one of three ways. I could get roughly the estimate, I could go past the estimate, or I can be 20 minutes ahead of estimate, or 20 plus minutes. Well, anyways, without further ado, I will be starting after I get to this part. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1, and I'm doing something a little bit different in this run because in every single one of the speedruns that I have done to this point, I have not played a female character. So, I'm going to do that for some variety in the whole thing. And I will go ahead and do HMSR as the name. Probably faster to do the other female. My menuing's terrible with that. Anyways, well, this game, as most of the people in the community already know, is fairly slow. At the very least, 70% of the speedrun is cutscene. It's definitely something that is interesting, but whatever. In my personal opinion, Animal Parade is definitely more of a casual game rather than a speed game, purely because the sheer amount of cutscenes and all the how do I say it? Each hour is, I believe, a minute real life time. Don't quote me on that. But the days can go on easier than Tree of Tranquility. I would not be able to tell you, purely because I haven't played much of Tree of Tranquility. So, I'm not the best person for the comparisons there. I am only a good person to talk to about pretty much anything Animal Parade. I'm probably one of the best knowledged in the speedrunning community for this particular game. I have routed beating the game and getting to New Game Plus state. and then going from that New Game Plus state onward. Yeah, it's definitely a very fun game. I would recommend playing through it, but don't necessarily do what I do. Of course, I do need the competition with the speed of this. I do not need the, yeah, I need the competition with the speed of this. It's just a matter of, I have... This particular run is, for the most part, dead. Purely because, it is really just RNG and slight movement and menuing optimizations. I wish it weren't the case. I remember when I first did this, it was like 2 hours 30 minutes, and I bumped it down to 140 something, and now it's at... My PB is sub 104, but the world record is sub 105 because I had technical difficulties with my technical difficulties with my PB, and I could not actually finish that run and do it. Well, this marathon is going on for... you can definitely tune in for some of the other recommended games for the entire speedrunning community. I'm not sure who's after me and what game it is. I am... right now I have a terrible memory, so I wouldn't be able to tell you one way or the other. But we definitely have plenty of good selection for the rest of the day today. Also, I had a little bit of hesitation trying to remember which way I needed to go. Now, one of the biggest optimizations from this run from before the sub 105 is that I completely skipped the fishing rod. That can either be a good thing or a bad thing. Now, I will need to make sure that my days are correct and whatnot, and cross my fingers and hope that I get all the ores right at the beginning instead of having to wait days, because I don't need to be waiting. Yeah, no fishing in this run. The only downside to doing the run that I am doing it is that I will be... yeah, I'm hoping for getting an iron, a copper, a silver, and a gold ore in order to get the red bell from a chimney. You will see the cutscene in a bit. Don't worry. Hopefully cutscene will be at like 40 minutes. No, yes. 45 minutes. Like I said, lots of cutscene. My menuing is off. Oops. A few seconds here and there. Oh yeah, a little more about the game for those who don't really know too much about it. So the goal of the game is to save the island of Castanet, or not the island of the Castanet, but the goddess tree of the island. So, in order to save the goddess tree, you need to ring 5 bells signifying specific parts of nature. The particular one I'm doing right now is going to be the fire bell, or yeah, the fire elemental one. So it will unlock hot springs and better food stuff for the places that do sell food, so the bar and the inn. Also, thank you for all of you who were wishing me luck. It is appreciated. Now, yeah, the happy couple that are not dysfunctional. Craig and... I know the name, it's just passing my mind. Their daughter went off to go find a way to revitalize the soil, which is the yellow bell that I will actually be doing later down the line. Or, well, later today I will be doing the yellow bell, which is a little bit less RNG, or I can't say it. It's a little bit less heavy on RNG. But there's still a decent amount of RNG. I need to get 5 rainy days, but there could be worse. Like this run, where I need to hopefully get 4 different items rather than 5 days of rain within an entire season of 28 days. Or, well, 28, 27, 26 days. No, 26, 25, 24, 20. A total of 23 days I have a chance to get rain in the season. If I'm remembering all the festivals correctly. Because festivals and circuses, you cannot get rain on. Yeah, I feel like I'm right. Anyways, enough about that. Back to the story of the game. So ring 5 bells of 5 different elements of nature. So you've got the fire, you've got the earth, you've got the blue bell, which is water, you've got the green bell, which is wind, and then the purple bell, which is friendship. Obviously, you need the power of friendship on your side to save the world. And a little bit of spoilers are... this game is old enough. But, spoilers anyways. The goddess tree is not able to be revived to its potential, or to where it was, without the help of the Harvest King, which in order to be able to speak to him, you need a hero title in one of the various shipping categories, which would be farming, ranching, fishing, mining, and then one other that I can't remember off the top of my head. But in one of those categories, you need a hero title or better. For speedrun's sake, fishing is the best. However, casually, I would not recommend to do fishing. You'll casually easily get the farming, because farming will definitely yield you the most funds. Also, what I'm doing now is doing the required meeting of all the characters up to this point. Because in this game, you do, in order to beat it at least, you do need to meet pretty much all of the characters. Aside from aside from the children. Now, aside from the children, you will need to meet all of the people. Because there are rival marriages in this game. Which is 100%. Which I don't plan on doing that anytime soon, but enough about that. It would be nice to completely skip over meeting basically everyone, but you do have to meet everyone in Harmonica Town. You don't have to do the quote-unquote greeting of them, but in Garmin Mines, you do actually need to speak to them at least once, due to them sending you on a wild goose chase to get a key item, which you will be seeing a little bit later. What's happened with bachelors? I know that available marriage candidates will have a slightly different introduction scene if you are actually able to marry them. Or, actually, it might not be if you're able to marry them, if you're able to have them as a spouse, as either a boy or a girl, depending on which gender you choose. I wish I knew more about that. I know a lot more about how the friendship works than actually being able to determine who's a bachelor and who's a bachelorette by looking at their introduction. Now, spoilers for the requirements for getting all the bells rung. You need the 4 ores that I will be getting in this run, which would be the iron, copper, silver, and gold ores. For the yellow bell, you need 10 crops of good plus quality of 4 different crops. Specifically 4 different crops, 1 for each season. Now, the green bell, or, well, green bell, you need the blue bell to be rung prior, due to an item that is locked behind going to Toucan Island, which, in order to get to Toucan Island, you've got to ring the blue bell to get the boats back running. With the blue bell, you need to have had a duck for a short period of time in order to get a duck egg. You need to go down the watery cave, which is a mining spot, to get a specific item. And then you also need to have 5 fish total. And there's a whole cutscene with that is fairly cool and shows off the quote-unquote melody of Harmonica Town, which is the Bluebell's melody. Now with the green bell, you need to get something from Toucan Island, which you need the blue bell for, and you also need sheep butter, or not sheep butter, any good butter and any perfect cornmeal. It's one of the two. In speedruns, I get perfect and perfect. With the 3 items there, you're able to go through a whole ordeal of the witch and the wizard and their animosity towards each other. And then the witch awards you the green bell, which you can take to the frame. Another requirement for the yellow bell is there are 3 different spots where you're supposed to go to at night that you collect moonlight from in order to restore its power. You will be seeing that more later today if you do tune in. I'm not sure what time relative to now, but I'll be ready whenever that time will be. And after that, you turn in those, or you turn in the crops and do that, or vice versa. Those are interchangeable. And then you get access to the bell frame for the yellow bell. Then you're able to ring it. One thing that I did find out is you're unable to ring the bell on any sort of holiday, which is somewhat a bad thing, but it's understandable why you wouldn't do it to an extent. And lastly, the purple bell. In order to ring the purple bell, you need to be able to, or you need to first have rung all 4 previous bells that I mentioned, and then make 10 friends, which you need at least 3 hearts with the person in order to be considered friends. Then you get a special dialogue telling you what exactly they want, or whatever. You turn those in at a specified spot, and then everything is happy. Now, each of the bells has a sprite, or a hover sprite that is linked to them, and each of the sprites have a personality. So, the blue bell is a forgetful one. His name is Ben. Then You've got Colin, which is a jokester, who is the Yellow Bell sprite. Then you have Alan, who is the Red Bell sprite. I can't really pinpoint what exactly is special in the way of personality with Alan. Let's see. You've got Darren, who is the Green Bell sprite. That is very lazy and sleeps a lot. And finally, you've got Edge, who is the Purple Bell sprite, who is a complete and utter crybaby. Not unlike the little sprite that follows you around named Finn. If you see the yellow hat and green hair, that's... or, well, I guess it's orange, but still. That hat and green hair, that one right there, Finn, follows you around and is essentially your guide. A little bit annoying at times. But, have to have some sort of, understanding to where it's coming from. Okay, with this, there's a couple more cutscenes before the meeting of everyone in Garmin Mines. Now, when I said this game is slow at the beginning, I meant it. These 25 minutes have just been cutscene and minimal menuing. Now, there is a little bit of a sequence break that, or an intended sequence break that I'm doing right now, or that I did right now, where I did the meeting and greeting of everyone first before going up to Garmin Mines. It's just that little bit faster. Don't have to watch through, and it's just one slightly longer cutscene than the original, which saves a few seconds overall faster, but not by much. So, hopefully in this run you'll only see me sleep once, knock on wood. It all matters on the mine RNG and then weather RNG. Because if those two don't line up in a certain way, then I'm out of luck for the couple of seconds if it's a rainy day, and a couple minutes if it is the not getting the ores. Now, lost my train of thought there. This is Bo, the carpenter's son. You don't know his name yet because question marks, and then he doesn't introduce himself until after he says the woes. He is also the person who repairs the bridge if you give him a milk and strawberry to eat. Not sure how he couldn't get it himself, but fetch quests, am I right? That's the main reason why I while I did the greeting and, the meeting in Flute Fields, I bought the milk and strawberry. You are given 300 more than what you need in order to get them, because you're started off with 1,000 gold. I think the strawberry is, yeah, I think the strawberry is more expensive than the milk for whatever reason, but whatever. They both come out to 700 gold, as you can probably quickly do the math for. In most of the individual level or individual bell runs that you don't have other requirements for, or other bell requirements for, money is not, or well, there's only 3 of the 5 that are like that. With the red bell and the yellow bell, money really is not too much of a concern. Now, with the blue bell, money is a fairly tight thing, because you need to buy a duckling and at least 1 feed for it, which a duckling plus 1 feed is 810, and you're only given 1,000 at the beginning. However, you're given a decent amount of stuff that you can sell in the beginning to kind of give yourself that boost. When doing this whole thing, I sell everything that I'm given, including the crops at the plot, which would be 5 turnips? 5 turnips. No, it's 5 tulips, 3 turnips. I mean, you could play it on Switch, but, it would not be legal at all, and would definitely void any sort of warranty on your Switch in order to do it. Your best bet is to get a... Yeah, your best bet's probably to get a Wii U or find an emulator online and then get the ROM. The likelihood that this game is going to be remade is not that high, but I wish it... Oops, I forgot to do... whatever, that's just for timing. It doesn't matter. Well, whatever. I'll just add a couple of seconds to the... I'll just retime the VOD, it's fine. I'll do this first. Whatever. I don't care about that time. Yeah, you could homebrew it on your Wii. Alright, I've had, 2 homebrewed Wii's, and I actually do have a homebrewed Wii U, which is not the one that I play on, of course. I play on official console, official hardware, no modifications. the homebrewed Wii U was mainly going to be for testing stuff, but that was before I was able to get a good enough computer to actually emulate this game. Yeah, you're kind of out of luck. My apologies on that. I mean, if you get one of the Wii or Wii U, I do actually have an extra official copy. Because this game is actually for the Wii, but I play on Wii U because slightly faster loading times. It's minuscule, but that's what's keeping me playing on Wii U instead of getting official hardware for, or getting the original hardware for Wii. I mean, Wii's are still relatively cheap. I found one in town, or, well, yeah, in mall type area that ran like 60, I think it's 60. Wii U's run roughly 100, 150. Which, funny thing, the Wii U gamepad runs $100 by itself, which is very strange in my opinion, because the Wii U itself, or the gamepad, is useless without the Wii U, or pretty much useless without the Wii U. I definitely wish retro games were not that expensive. I know you can find this particular game on like Amazon, eBay for $20. I need to make sure to try to use up as much stamina as possible here. I wish I could speak a little bit better while doing this, but mining does take a little bit of time because the RNG of the placement. Love Owen, and you love this game. Honestly, understandable with this game. This is definitely my personal favorite of the Harvest Moon Story of Seasons games, but this was also my first of the series, so I definitely have a major bias. One more for this floor. Oh boy. And confusion gas. It's so easy to bypass. I don't want darkness. Okay, let's not do that. Yeah, a lot of people, oh, right, yeah. I was supposed to go only until 7... I was only supposed to go till 7:30 on that. This is definitely one of the better games. Oh, nice. Oh well, I went through a little bit more of the mine than I should have. Shouldn't be too much of a time loss. I was cycling through RNG anyways. Or actually, it doesn't look like I lost much time at all. I'd forgotten that I needed to go and talk to everyone before going all the way down. Oh well. Now you get to watch 2 cutscenes here, and then partial cutscene, or 2 cutscenes here, another 2 cutscenes. Or no, another partial cutscene, partial, and then and rinse repeat. I know a lot of people in the speedrunning community for Harvest Moon do enjoy 64. And to answer your question about my favorite bachelorette, I would have to go with, in the sense of bachelorettes, I do like the witch. For bachelors, I would have to say Toby is probably my favorite of the bachelors. Toby is the fisherman's son, if you aren't already aware of that. He's actually the one that gives you the fishing rod, which this run you don't need. Yeah, Friends of Mineral Town is definitely one of my favorites. I actually have the Virtual Console version on Wii U. I also have Story of Seasons on, I believe it's both my computer and Switch. Don't quote me on that. Save the Homeland's your favorite. I don't blame you for Sunshine Islands, but that was not too good. I mean, understandable with things being complicated and not good times. Honestly, times have not been the greatest for me right now, but whatever. Okay. A New Beginning. Isn't that one of the 3DS ones? Which was after the split of Natsume and, what is it? Natsume and Marvelous. Yeah, I bet there was a lot to juggle. Makes sense. I understand being overwhelmed. New Beginning. It's definitely an interesting one from what I've played. Of the ones I've played, that would be Pumped. Yep. Yeah. Well, I know for the 3DS titles that were released for Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town, or yes, Friends of Mineral Town, Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons. At least for the 3DS ones, I did not get all of mine legitimately. Definitely of those, Tale of Two Towns was my favorite for handhelds of the ones I've played, which would be the 3DS titles. But, honestly, Trio of Towns was fairly fun. Oh, Pioneers of Olive Town. That one is definitely a new take. And, I haven't beaten it yet. I'm telling on myself. I've had it for a while. I own the physical, well, I pre-ordered it and got physical copy, but I have not beaten it yet, and a little bit ashamed that I haven't, but I have a backlog of a lot of games that I want to get through before actually completing games that I haven't. I forget if that dialogue box does at all affect anything. I think it's faster to choose the top one. In the way of social aspects, Pioneers of Olive Town definitely is not the greatest, because everyone seems to have just a canned response to things. But that, to be fair, that's with most. The variety of characters is, at least in my opinion, not necessarily as good as what other titles have. Hate to upplay this game so much, but not a lot of titles do. Yeah, it's definitely socially empty. This game does a wonderful job with the social stuff, because there are rival marriages, and those rival marriages can, they can actually have children, which there are cutscenes for here, there, and everywhere. This game is fairly big, and most of the speedruns barely scratch the surface of what is in the game. There's a whole bunch of side quests and all that kind of flesh out the characters more than what some of the other titles do. I know for sure that if I were to give Natsumi and Marvelous Exceed my personal opinions for how the game should, or some of the things that the game should have, is the rival marriages. Because with that, you have the choice to either A, completely ignore the social aspect, which I tend to have to do because speedrun, or you can make friends and then see some interesting interactions between two of the characters that make those two get closer together. Definitely something that has been lost to time. Yeah, I wish I knew why they weren't popular in Japan, but whatever. I know for sure, for me at least, definitely is something that fleshes out everything more. Or 5. That's up. I need down, which is probably that rock there. Nope. 46 minutes, and I am still gathering the ores. I hate to say what the run is going to be, a bit too early to tell, but RNG is in my favor. We're looking about another 20 minutes due to my few blunders. Oh. Completely past my mind. The main reason why on my first trip down the mines, that I decided to use up a lot of my stamina, basically all of it, is so that A, I can skip time without just wasting it using the fishing rod, and 2, it actually allowed me to try to get the ores through the first time. So, the Harvest Goddess will actually give me a power berry, which both increases my stamina and fully replenishes my stamina. So, I will be able to go through more of the rocks on my next go-round. Which, in this particular routing that I'm using, I go down the mines at least 3 times. Once for just passing time, second to see Owen to get the animal whistle, and 3 to actually see, hey, the red bell's not there, what the heck. Also, this is a cute little cutscene here where the animals are. HMSR is blowing the whistle, and they apologize, saying that they were only trying to protect the harvest goddess. And cutscene time. This is the third to last cutscene. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, so there's this one, then there's the one for seeing that the red bell is gone, then there's the one for getting the red bell stuck, then there's the one for ringing the red bell and opening the lower floors to Garmin Mine, or past bottom floor 10, because Garmin Mines has both upper and bottom floors. And there is a power berry at the bottom 30th floor of the mines, and there's also one at the very top of the peak of Garmin Mines. Or, well, I guess that mountain. I guess it is called Garmin Mines. And now Harvest Goddess is going over what all is needing to be done from the player character. Tried to ring bells, bells couldn't be rung, nature's power needs to be restored in order to revive the goddess tree. And people have stopped believing for whatever reason because things went south. And she also goes on about when you're allowed to be ringing the bells, which is any sunny or cloudy weather that is not on a festival between the hours 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., which this game uses the 24-hour clock. How's it going, RP Priya? Okay. So far I've gotten 2 of the ores, which would be the iron and silver, and I'm not going to say, or I'm not even going to think of that. The other 2 that I need are the copper and the gold, which aren't necessarily that rare, all things considered. I remember I'm not sure the exact spawn rates for them. I wish I did. I wish I knew how to manipulate RNG into my favor so that I could get them, but actually most of the speedruns, I do not play female character. I decided to change things up a little bit for my own personal gain, and to make things just a little bit different from the usual. It is ever so slightly faster to do the male characters, obviously, because the male is the default choice. Or, well, specifically Casey is the default choice. This female character's default name is Angela, which has a lot more letters in it than any of the others. Yeah, I figured it's time to This is actually being played on a Wii U. So it's internal emulation for Wii. Yeah, name size does make a little bit of a difference. And that's not a good sign, seeing that little scene. Okay. There's one of the things that I need. Very awkward not seeing the other, but alright. Imagine getting the rarer of the two. So they're, with the different characters, each of them have a different default name, and there's 4 to choose from. There are the protagonists from Tree of Tranquility, and then there are the protagonists from this game. Okay. I don't know where the floor thing is, but there's no traps, so I can just wander about. I believe the protagonists from this game are... Oh... that's not... Maybe you... I'll take confusion over. Darkness is the worst guess possible, in my opinion. Okay, we have made it down. Okay, 55 minutes, I've gotten the ores. I think the last time that I timed this was... I did the split at the, whatchamacallit? I did the splits after I turned in the ores. So this run's probably going to be 1:15. Now to you, Desert. Remember, it is after I regain control. There's a little cutscene after I get the bell rung, and it goes dark for a moment. Then there's another cutscene after it. I will let you know when time is. I might have too many items in my inventory, actually, because I did not touch the cookies. Which is actually a good thing. Just yell time. I probably will just yell time. Okay, I already did this, so now I need to go to nearby the carpenters so that I can watch that cutscene, then turn in the ores, and then go all the way down, and then back up, or all the way down, and then get the bell on the frame, all that fun stuff. Cutscene right around here. Now, the funniest thing is all of it could have been avoided if it weren't for a bratty child. Of course, I know for sure child just wanted to play, but I understand that, but, like, how can a child muster up that much strength to send it sky high into a chimney? Mind you, this is a metal bell. I forget her exact age, but she can't be more than 13. I have 5 minutes for my PB. Yeah. I always will have that slight resentment for this child. Because she's like, oh yeah, I'm Chloe. Oh, you want the bell? Well, it's stuck in the chimney. Don't worry, Grandpa will fix it. And then she goes on and asks... If only there were. That would be hilarious. The funniest thing about it is she asks you for help. And with that, with the quote-unquote your help, she makes you do the entire things. Honestly, understandable. And she also calls the bell a toy. Which, I don't blame her. It does look like something that could be a toy, but it's a metal bell. It's not that light. Oh, also, the thing that I was refraining to say is the 2 ores that I consistently do not get in a run are the gold ore and the copper ore. If I am lucky, I can probably get... let's see, this cutscene is going to last until a 1, and then the final cutscene is like 2 minutes. It might be a 107. It all just depends on how fast I go down the mines. I know for sure this is not going to be record PB, but it's all in good fun. I have a gigantic buffer. I have had a run where I had to call it quits and go to a I had to call it quits for it, and then I had to load up a save that already had it, so that I could complete the run, quote-unquote, and show it off. It's only happened once, and with the strats that I use now, I more consistently get the 115, 120. So... I still don't want to take the chances, because RNG is a fickle thing, and sometimes it's in your favor, other times you lose half an hour due to missing one item. Oh, and one of the best lines ever. Or, well, at least in my opinion. Is the audio off? Did my audio go kaput? No? In my stream, the audio is not off. Oh. Hold on. Hmm. I will definitely know. Oh yeah, it's definitely off. Yeah, it definitely is an off sync. The synced as possible on the restreamment. Really? Third floor is always wonderful to go down. Oh no, I'm not at PB06. This is a toughie. I could risk it. 2, 3, 7. Not worth. Not worth. Okay, 7. 8 is mushroom floor. Cool. I'm in the home stretch. So how I judge my how I judge where I need to be going down on or go to the traps. Floor 3, floor 4, and floor 5 are okay. Floor 6 is risky. Floor 7 is no. Floor 8, definitely not. Make sure to select the bottom choice. You cannot mash through this. You need to choose ring the red bell. But floors 2 and 9 are not traps. There will not be a trap on either of those floors. Hence why 3, 4, and 5 I'm okay with going down. 6 is risky, and 7 and 8 I will not go down. Because I could lose more time than I gain if I get sent up. Yeah, so this is looking about 107. A fairly good time. 20 minutes off of the estimate. Yeah. Oh gosh. I love it when I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, this and that will be time. So, my bad. It was 106.30. I've got time to kill. Not a PB, not a world record, but still overall a very good time, especially considering I had menu blunders, I chose female as the character, and I also did some movement wrong. Shows you how much time can actually be saved. It really shows how much time can be saved by skipping the fishing rod. Clearly, if I got 103, or I'm not sure the exact time that I got, but it was sub 104 that I can get by skipping the fishing rod. Well. This is all I had planned. If the next person is ready, I can be cut off whenever. Right now I'm just going to go down the mines and show you the, bottom where that power berry is. There is also a ready whenever I am. Okay, well, cut me off whenever you want to. thank you for having me. Really enjoyed the run. It was nice to change it up a little bit and do a female character. I got time I can get the power berry? Alright. Also, I don't know how I know, but, or, well. So, one thing about the mines that I've picked up on is the placement of where the exit is. It can never be right next to a wall or right next to the stairs up. That will not be it. This could not be it. It always has to be 3, or on the 3rd space at least. And usually it's in the middle area, like right where it is now. And everything in this game is on a grid. As you can see by me doing the, so I play Wiimote and Nunchuck. So I can press Z on the Nunchuck and lock myself to the grid. It helps a lot casually. But, speedrun, it's not beneficial at all to do it. But with the grid, on the grid, the stairs that are blocked can never be anywhere but in a middle area. Whack-a-mole. Body geyser. Nice. Good RNG. Yeah, so, with this floor, it's iffy, but it's probably this one. Sometimes it's difficult to judge. Other times you can find it pretty much instantly. Oh, sickness. I spent so long not getting it, and then bam, get it near the end. That's fine. Power berry should be right in this corner. Oh well. That is power berry number 2. Now, this game could do an all power berries. However, the issue is you need max friendship with your spouse. You need max friendship with an animal. And getting that is not easy. One of the things with it is your spouse, you need a total of 20 hearts with. And once you marry them, you get an extra 3 hearts. Don't quote me on that. But, what am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, and with that, if you do a marriage run, that's already 8 hours. Or, well, actually, 6. It all just depends on who you're or who you decide as the bachelor, bachelorette, and what their schedule is. Some of the candidates are better than others, obviously. With that, I do believe that I am done. I have used up basically all of the allotted time that... Alright, well, according to the stream... Yeah, according to the stream, I have used 1 hour 28, so go ahead and cut me off. After the closing words, thank you for having me. I will see you with Yellow Bell later today. Good luck to all you runners who are going to be after me.